Alright, so this is The Party's Over, Isla, Señorita. I probably said that wrong, but you're used to it. This is one where Ice King goes to a particularly creepy opening, even for Ice King. Yeah. He's pretty much talking about, like, he's watching Bubblegum as she sleeps, and he's like, don't worry, I'll take you to my house, it'll be nice. And he, like, tapes her mouth shut, and, like, she wakes up, knocks him down, and, like, tells him to go away. He thinks, like, he's coming to an emotionally mature decision by saying, if you look in your heart and tell me to go away, I'll go away. She says go away, so he throws himself in the banana guard's arms, and that pushes Finn and Jake out of the way. That's like their one appearance.
That's one of my favorite scenes, though. Then she's walking out, Finn's like, Ice King, get off! And he just pushes by and he goes, I'm leaving!
So he goes to, he wants to go far away, starts life over anew, and comes across an island. That's a lady! And she is dating the party god, who we just saw, was it 2 episodes ago, I think? So it's he's back. And it's not a very good relationship. He just goes off and parties and doesn't pay attention. Him and her form this nice relationship, and he convinces her to break up with him after they have this giant sky fight. And, the fight in the sky, a sky fight. And he goes and makes the breakup a little easier by taking his knocked out head and kind of not forcing, but allowing her a chance to break up with him, which I like. At first I thought he was going to try and break up with her. But I like that he sort of coaxed her into say, don't you want to maybe break up with me? Didn't a really cool friend tell you how to be emotionally mature, blah, blah, blah.
Sorry, when you said sky fight, I just keep thinking of Pie Fight from home movies.
Let's have a pie fight. Pie fight.
Sorry. God.
What? Okay, so that's also a good show. You should check it out. Yeah, so she says, she's like, oh, you're just like my emotionally mature friend, Ice King, and Ice King gets inspired to go and break up with Bubblegum. He breaks up with her for all the reasons that the island broke up with the party god, and doesn't even wait for the guards to come in, takes off, and he just says, we'll work it out. So yeah, no, a large part of me, like, I like a lot of this. I love the idea of a person being an island. I think that's just cool. I love just when he sees the outline and everything. It's just, I don't know, it was just funny, it was creative.
What if the island was ticklish?
She would laugh a lot. Nothing's wrong with laughter.
But the island doesn't move.
Well, then she would die of laughter.
What
That's not
such
a bad way to go.
Where would it go?
Into the water.
Would it create giant islands or like mini islands?
Yes, I'll just say yes.
Okay.
So there, problem solved. So I love that aspect. I like him and her sort of forming this relationship, sort of these two strangers, and they're both giving each other advice on relationships. I like that she follows through. I don't know if I like that he doesn't truly follow through. They still like, we'll work it out and stuff. It's like, at the very beginning of this, when he's trying to kidnap Peebles again, I'm saying to myself, I'm starting to finally just get a little tired of this. It's sort of like, okay, can we get something else? And then the episode starts to do something else, and I'm really thinking like, oh my god, like, is Ice King and the island somehow gonna actually be like a couple or something? Like, how would you even do that? And I'm thinking the possibility, how would you bring the island to a party or whatever? Like, this could be really funny. And then, he sort of leaves and quote-unquote breaks up with Bubblegum, but then says, we'll work it out, which is opening it up to keep going. And I don't know, is that like just the endless tragedy, or is that just getting really old?
Are you asking?
In your opinion. Yeah, your opinion.
It's... How many Super Mario Brothers games have you played?
Okay, that pisses me off too. I'm sick of rescuing that bitch.
Okay, but that's my thing, is that I got sick and tired of rescuing, Princess Peach after like the 5th game. the thing is, though, is that that's what people get used to. And I do like, in at least Adventure Time, where Peebles fights back. He tries to capture Peebles, but he very rarely does. So, I mean, I think it's more or less just his sad attempts to get her, but he never really captures many of them for the most part.
Or if he does, they get away either pretty easily, or Finn and Jake are there. Sometimes they stay. Like, I love when they stay for Marceline's story.
Yeah. No, I found this. I was not a big fan of this episode.
No, you didn't like this one?
No, it kind of dragged for me.
You know, the battle with the party god dragged a bit. I thought it'd be... There's one or two cool things. I like freezing the cloud and having it hit his head, but I was like, oh, this could have been a little funnier.
What about him hucking him into space?
Yeah, no, that was fun. I love that. Just, I'm going to space now. I mean, like, that was fun.
I mean, it was an okay episode. It was just kind of like, I guess so. I mean, I guess what this episode really... After last episode, The Suitor, this episode really kind of... I had a different take on it, I guess, at this point in time. Why do you think Peebles is the way she is? After, we'll say, at least 400 years of non-stop Ice King trying to kidnap her. And guys consistently trying to date her. I think someone after that much time would become emotionally detached.
Just never want to date or be any guy, probably.
I mean, I don't think she looks at most people as humans or sentient beings. I think she's disconnected so much. Think about it. She woke up to Ice King duct taping her mouth. I mean, I noticed she doesn't even, like... It doesn't take her long to react to it. She's kind of like, boom, boom, guards. That's kind of creepy. Think about it. She is so used to this that it really barely phases her.
You know, something I did actually realize watching the beginning of this, and I thought back to, like, the first couple of episodes of Adventure Time.
Yeah.
I said, she is a little different. Like, I think by the first season she was sort of just, everything's always kind of happy and jolly and stuff, and now it's a little bit, sort of what you say, it's sort of like the annoyance has finally set in with her, you know, and it's like, and yeah, she does sort of see everything kind of like as a mathematical problem. It's not an emotional problem, it's like a mathematical problem. That doesn't mean she's totally devoid of emotion or anything, but yeah, there does sort of seem to be this kind of this distance. I'm thinking back to the Suitor episode.
Yeah.
Especially. I mean, she treated that, even though she has like a little tear at the end or something, you know, it's like, it's still very much like, it's this mathematical problem, and I have to look at it this way.
Yeah.
Or else nothing will get done, or I'll get too involved and I'll fall apart, or other people will fall apart, and that's not good for them, so...
Plus, also, okay, so the guy's been waiting, from the Suitor, the guy's been waiting 300 years. That tells you about, at least minimum, how old Peebles is. Okay? So again, putting up with this crap for so long, I think she finally got to that point. And Ice King, I like him and everything, but I don't know, this one I was just kind of like, with. It didn't strike a chord one way or another. And I was just also imagining, I guess, when, you know, the party god comes down and he's rooting around in her bushes for stuff. It's like, does that mean she doesn't clean herself, or is she not able to bathe?
That's
That's
the first thing that comes in your mind when you hear going around in her bushes, really?
Well, okay, what's this? Oh, that just washed up on me, so she can't actually clean herself.
No.
That's disturbing.
I guess.
Who would want to date someone like that?
Okay, but she is an island. I mean, really? That's your biggest concern?
The fact that she can't move?
And that she poops smaller islands?
No, that's not a concern. That's just a question.
Oh, I still don't... Yes. We'll still say yes.
I just don't think she'd be a really good girlfriend. At all. She doesn't move. She obviously doesn't bathe. I mean...
But she's got such a likable personality.
And even that's kind of half-assed.
No, I thought it's... A part of it, though, like, the fact she could... No. The fact that she couldn't get past... It was hard for her to break up with the party god. I sort of saw, like, you know, because she can't move, because she kind of can't do anything, I think she does sort of think, well, what better can I do?
Okay,
Who else am I going to come across? So I kind of like that, but I like there's still also kind of this confidence that just, she'll still talk to the Ice King fine. It's not like, oh my god, a person or something like that. She's just, hi, how you doing? So,
yeah. So now would this girl be, like, ample territory for, like, fat jokes? Even though she's not actually fat, she's probably
the normal size of that. I was saying every woman was an island. That's about what I said. But this did also bring up, because I think this is a thing. I'd be shocked if this isn't a thing, but that there are, like, whatever. There's, like, a fetish for people that, like... Well, we were just talking about this, about the giant women, and not like, oh, like, that's a big one. I mean, like, literally Jack and Beanstalk giant, and I'm just thinking, like, if that is a thing, this episode has probably been watched a million times by those people, depending on how big that fan fetish base is.
See, and that's the thing. You look at me all odd because I'm wondering how this sentient being poops. And you're talking about...
Yeah, because you're probably one of these people. You're like, well, if I did want to date her, how would she poop? How would she clean her? I don't think I would go for this person, because there was a possibility I would go for this giant person.
Nah, she has too much sand in her vagina.
Well, that is a constant problem for a lot, I think.
Exactly.
So, but...
Mr. Obsessed with tall...
Giant
women.
Jack and the Beanstalk. I have no other... I don't know how else to call them. I just call them Jack and the Beanstalk giants. Because there are, like, real, like, giant people, but they're not, like, the size of a building or something. So it's like, I just call them Jack and the Beanstalk giants. Because nobody thinks, like, oh, that's just a person that's really tall. No, that's fucking Jack and the Beanstalk giant.
Have you kind of actually thought about, Attack of the 50-Foot Woman? That could potentially be where it started.
Jack and the Beanstalk, Attack of the 50.
No, the movie!
Yeah, no, I know. But, where it started? Oh, like the whole thing.
You're talking about obsessions and all that stuff, and you're only bringing up cartoons.
Well, okay, I'm sure okay, it could have started there.
Land of the Giants, the TV show? Movie?
No, I never saw that one. But, okay. Touch off subject. That looked like it hurt.
Oh, no, not really. It's a remote.
Okay. So, yeah, I liked it. I mean, I didn't think it was phenomenal or anything, but I liked it. I thought it was creative enough. Didn't too much for you.
It was okay. It just doesn't really stick out too much in my mind. Another question, again, odd. He finds the radio, which barely, like, hangs onto his teeth, but then he finds the batteries for the radio, which is, like, the size of his mouth.
I was kind of wondering that, too. How did they...
And yes, I know tiny little... animation error and all that stuff, but I'm just like, I don't know. That's how, like, not drawn into this episode I was. I was just kind of like, eh. Actually what I think it was more than anything, we're never going to see her again. Not to give anything away, I have yet to see her again. And it's felt like one of those episodes where we're going to meet a character... We're going to find out about this character, and they're never going to return.
I would like to see her again. I would like to see a relationship between the Ice King and her. Because I don't know how it would happen. I just don't know how they would do it or how it would happen, but it would be funny.
I think it would actually be a cute relationship, but, like, just what, like, other ones where I've only seen a character and I haven't seen them come back, I still can imagine them coming back in some regard. This one is just like... Because no one knows where she is, except for the Ice King. So, I don't know, it's just... I guess that's what it felt like to me. Oh, look, we got a new character that we're never going to see again.
I like to see her again, but just to see how they would do it. Like, how they would, if he was, like I said, to bring her to a party or something, like, how would he just bring a little bit of sand or her mouth or something?
No, the party would go to her.
Oh, there you go,
They'd be partying on her belly.
See, that's already a great idea. Do a follow-up. Bring her back.
Yeah, it's because I have a feeling Pendleton Ward and them actually watch this.
Every single episode. I'm sure they do. Hi. But as in an episode.